And we are ready to go green here at Long Beach. And here we are, green. We are Luke Bennett out front, JR right beside him. Luke Bennett gets a great start out front as we see the field come around here past the start-finish line. Luke Bennett out front, JR, K. Morris, all these guys right behind him. K. Morris currently leading the point standings there. They got to be careful coming into this first corner. These guys look like they're going 4 and 5 wide. Everybody's hungry to get this hole shot out of here. See if they can make it work all the way down through here. These guys have to keep you out of the room. Looking really clean. It's a great camera angle as these guys come through the carousel there. I'm going to call it the carousel. I'm not sure what it's called, but so these guys come down through, looks like turn 4 here. Out around turn 5, Luke Bennett, or JR, looks like JR took the lead. I wasn't paying attention, just looking at the cinematic camera angles, just awed by the game. JR out front takes the lead away from Luke Bennett. Don't know what happened there, but anyway, riding on board with Luke Bennett, we go back through the field here. Gray Warrior right behind him. Keep calling him Gray Wolf. I promised I wouldn't do him, man. Here we are again. Gray Warrior right behind him. 3rd place, 1 second behind. All kind of action here. Let's go back here. We got Lion's Foot and Bobby Dazzler. Bobby Dazzler currently sitting in 2nd place in the points. 6th place right now on the track. And we have a great battle right now on the track. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, in the points. And let me go down through the run down through the points here as we look through what's going on here. Looks like K. Morris might have got shuffled. Yeah, K. Morris looks like he got shuffled back to 11th place. Not sure what happened there. We got all kind of carnage all over the place here. These guys look like they're going to get it sorted out. Let's keep an eye on this guy here. So we got K. Morris currently right now to 9th place, and Bobby Dazzler currently up to 6th. Right now in the point standing, K. Morris is 225 points, 1st place right now in the points. Bobby Dazzler's 185 points. There's only 40 points separates these two guys, so this can be a huge point shake-up today if these guys can't manage their cars, they can't manage their positions. But right now, keep an eye on K. Morris riding trackside. So he's got Fury right behind him. Ayatel, a sub-in driver, he's coming in today. They're very much a lead guy now. He's here every week. He's a great driver. And he got spin. We got a spin in the carousel, guys. Ayatel goes around. He's going to have to, looks like he's stuck on the wall. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's take a look back here behind these guys and see if he can get through. Looks like K. Morris comes through. Blinks the lights, lets him go. That was bizarre. Anyway, back up here. Looks like Luke Bennett took over the lead again. We're watching all the action back there. Luke Bennett back over the lead as the headlights come on. As the skyline starts to turn pink with different colors here as the sun starts to set. Beautiful sunset here in Southern California at the Long Beach circuit. As Luke Bennett and JR is chasing right behind him as he's coming down to turn 11, hard on the brakes as they come down around the corner, down all the way down to the bottom gears as they possibly have. Back hard on the throttle as these guys come down the stretch here. And I know what the name of the stretch is. Matter of fact, I wrote it down. The name of this stretch is no, I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's start finish. That's all I got. Anyway, if you're that interested in it, I'm not promoting anybody. I'm not getting paid to do this. There's nobody's sponsoring this, so you can feel free to look at it. As we look at Luke Bennett and JR, nose to tail, and Gray Warrior right behind these guys. Man, these guys got the setups down. These guys are looking really good as they come out of turn 4, out around turn 5, down the West Shoreline Drive as they head down towards turn 6. Come down about the 300-meter mark there. Looks like it starts to go black. You guys are going to have to hard on the brakes. You can see them diving down. The front ends of these Ginettas diving down, and they slamming. You can hear them slamming through the gears. They come out of turn 6 down to turn 8. Well, that was turn 6 and 7, down through turn 8. So they come down East Seaside Way, down towards turn 9. You got 2 guys in behind them here. We're going to keep an eye on this action here. This is all for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. These are the top 3 guys here. Let's take a look back here at Disco McDisco Face. Him and Amber Q are oh, looks like we have a shake-up here. We got JR. JR looks like he got moved to the outside. Maybe hit the wall there. I'm sorry, we missed that, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, Bobby Dazzler crawls right up on the back of JR, and Luke Bennett spins. Luke Bennett goes around, ladies and gentlemen. Luke Bennett spins. Can he get it going again? Where's Luke Bennett at? Oh, here he comes. He gets it straightened out back to the start-finish line. He's right behind Lion's Foot. As Lion's Foot and Luke Bennett are both coming through the around the bend here as they're coming down to turn 1. Guys are going to have to make it work side by side. Luke Bennett 7th, Lion's Foot currently in 6th. And Luke Bennett takes the position on the inside. Looks like he had the position. He took it away as these guys come down through the roundabout here as they got this great camera angle as both of these guys come through here. Let's take a look back here. We see what JR's up to. JR currently right now on 4th. We're not really sure what happened to the JR back there. We got a car spinning around. You're going to have to call it out, guys. I don't know. Okay, well, we're getting reports on the track that there was contact between JR and Luke, but it looked like there might have been somebody in the way there. So we'll get it all sorted out. I'm trying to get all the camera angles here. As we look back here, currently right now, Bobby Dazzler currently looks like he's stalking, or Luke Bennett currently behind Bobby, and Bobby's currently stalking JR. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Currently right now, Bobby Dazzler behind JR in 4th place. And let's take a look at K Morris. K Morris currently back in 8th place. He's got a fender hanging back there. It looks like the walls between these city down here in Long Beach has been cruel to these guys. Got a lot of damage on these cars. Looks like track temperature's down to 71 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's definitely getting cool. And we got some heavy cloud as the forecast, so I don't know if they started out on hards or softs, but I don't know if the grip's going away maybe. But anyway, Gray Warrior out in front all by himself, 1 second out in front of Amber Q. Great first race here in our sprint race in his first showcase race here. Amber Q coming in, South African, currently living in Ireland, he said. Great start for him. Currently 2nd place behind Gray Warrior. Bobby Dazzler currently up to 3rd. JR, let's try to see if we can get a look at these two here. Looks like these two are struggling for position. Bobby Dazzler currently in 3rd. JR currently in 4th. These guys come down through turns 6 and 7. As they come up through turns 6 and 7, JR has the inside. Is he going to try to make it stick? Yes, he does. JR looks like he's going to maneuver on the inside. Bobby Dazzler, though, gets a good run out behind him. These guys come down the backstretch here. Everything they can possibly get out of these Ginettas before they come down to the markers, down to the brake markers here. And these guys are hard on the brakes as they make this right-hander. They got to try to get on the curb, not get the penalty, not stay off the wall like Bobby Dazzler. Into the tires a little bit. It's got to cost him a little time. JR looks really good as he comes down here through turn 10 and out through turn 11. See if he can stay off the wall. These guys, this really hard with these cars, trying to get every inch of radius you can out of turning here. So right now, JR currently in 3rd, Bobby Dazzler, and Luke Bennett climbing up behind all these guys right now. Had a spin, had contact with JR. We're getting reports from the track. Was up in 1st, 2nd. He was fighting there for a little bit. Got spun around, down through the field, back up to 5th. So Luke Bennett, like I said, first race back in about a week and a half. I think he missed 2 weeks here. So good to have him back. Maybe he's a little rusty. Maybe he's still breaking that T300 in. Maybe that T300 can't keep up with Luke. We don't know. But anyway, Luke Bennett, 5th place, chasing Bobby Dazzler and JR right now. These guys are all about second apart, half a second, 3/4 of a second apart here. Meanwhile, Gray Warrior right out in front. We got Amber Q right behind him. Just won't let him go. He's letting him know, hey, man, I might be new to the league, but I'm not new to this race. Coming in behind him saying, I have no problem racing with you, partner. Gray Warrior out in front. Gray Warrior, great run tonight. Great run here at Long Beach. 11 minutes and 40 seconds left in this session, about halfway through this session here. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for your comments. And thank everybody for tuning in here. So anyway, like we said, Gray Warrior currently out in front. Amber. There was contact between Bobby Dazzler and Luke Bennett here. Luke Bennett looks like he up to 5th place. Up to 5th place, and we got Bobby Dazzler back to 6th, and K Morris currently right behind Bobby Dazzler here. So this is going to be a, not right behind him, 3 seconds behind him in 7th place. So, but this 4th, 5th, and 6th battle here, boy, this is heating up here. We got Lion's Foot out front. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars in the frame. All these guys within distance of each other. This battle right here heating up here between Lion's Foot and Luke. Luke all over the back of Lion's Foot as these guys come down to the marker, up against the wall, hard on the brakes. Here they come. See, Luke is to the inside. Lion's going to force him to the outside, but the Lion gains the advantage to the inside. This is such a technical, tricky area as they come down on the curb. All 3 of these guys are up on the curb, coming out of the corners. They come down here through turn 4, hard up against the wall, back hard on the brakes. They're going to have to get on the brakes here. Watch this technical, tricky section. If you miss it, it can get it into the wall. These guys are coming down the EC side way down towards turn or East Shoreline Drive, I'm sorry, towards 6 and 7 here as these guys come down. Looks like Luke Bennett makes the move to the inside. Lions foot, can he hold it to the outside? Lions foot might have the advantage coming into the corner with that inside line. Luke Bennett looks like he's smart enough to back off and say, all right, he's got the inside line. I'll follow in behind him. I know what to do here. Lions foot out front in 4th. Luke Bennett in 5th. Bobby Dazzler right behind these guys watching all this action out of his windshield. Matter of fact, let's go to Bobby Dazzler here. Let's ride on board with Bobby Dazzler and see what see what he's seeing here out of his windshield. Here we're riding along with Bobby Dazzler. It looks like that's Luke Bennett, I'm sorry. Bobby Dazzler out through his cracked windshield. Looks like he must have had hard contact there somewhere, but this is the battle for 4th and 5th right in front of him. He's currently in 6th place right now. Kay Morris right behind him in 7th place, and this is a good race on the track. It's also a good race in the points. Like I said, Kay Morris currently 40 points in front of Bobby Dazzler. These guys are 1 and 2 in the points right now. These guys have been racing hard all season. They've been showing up every Friday night. Looks like Luke Bennett might have hit the wall there. Or no, we're not. It looks like Luke Bennett must have got in behind the wall. Bobby Dazzler got in behind him there. As he's riding, we're riding along right now with Luke Bennett in the cockpit with Luke Bennett behind Bobby Dazzler and behind Lions foot. Let's just get lost of position coming through that area there to Bobby Dazzler. Bobby Dazzler currently moved up a position to 5th. Kay Morris in 7th right now. So Luke Bennett is in between Bobby Dazzler and Kay Morris. Looks like Luke Bennett's going to make a move to the outside of Bobby Dazzler. Tries to make the crossover move, see if he can make it stick. A little bit of contact with the wall there, a little bit of orange paint next time we come by there. We'll see if it's stuck. Might have left his number on the wall there. But anyway, Luke Bennett riding down here 300, 400, 300 meter mark. They get hard on the brakes. They got to make that entry here. And they got to watch like Bobby Dazzler onto the wall. Everybody spins. Luke Bennett gets through. What a great angle. Luke Bennett up to 4th. Bobby Dazzler currently gets through it too. Smacks off the wall, recovers. But Kay looks like Lions foot was the big loser in that. Had to get it spun around on board with Lions foot. It looks like he's coming through the corner here. Goes back to 8th place. Had a great thing going there. Up to 4th. Loses 4 positions. Back to 8th place. 8 minutes left in this session, ladies and gentlemen. We got a whole bunch of things going on there. We'll go back trackside here and take a look. See what kind of action we got. See all these guys are nose to tail. These are great guys. These is great racing by these guys. Luke Bennett in 3rd. Bobby Dazzler in 4th. And Kay Morris back into the picture. Kay Morris is strong every week at every track. Him and Bobby Dazzler, it's why they're leading the points. And these guys are nose to tail again in 3rd for 5th and 6th place. These guys right behind Luke Bennett. Currently, Luke Bennett 15 seconds behind the leader. Long trip up to 3rd place. It looks like Amber Q, I didn't see this, ladies and gentlemen. Amber Q took the lead away. Amber Q out in front all by himself, and JR locking low quietly up to 2nd place here. He had a mishap there in the middle of the race with Luke Bennett. Looks like he must have got it all back together. It seems he's pretty happy with his setup right now. Currently only running 2 seconds behind Amber. Gray Warrior currently back to 3rd as he comes out through turns 10. Out through turn 11, this is a tricky corner right here. And there's a lot of guys hit that wall. Luke Bennett, meanwhile, 15 seconds behind these guys in 4th place as these guys come down through turn 11. The whole train of them. You got Luke, Kay Morris, Bobby Dazzler, 3 of these guys. All these guys fighting for position. They know time is running out. This is coming down to the final countdown here. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in this session here. This determines who starts. We're hearing that the tires are gone. We're hearing that the tires are completely gone here. Track temperatures are down to 77 degrees, so these guys are going to have to keep this in mind for the second race because it's going to be twice the length. Twice the length. I think we figured out 28 laps. So they're going to have to figure out their tire pressures and their tire strategies here. So this is a good qualifying race here to try to get your position for the feature race. As we keep an eye on here with Luke Bennett. Luke Bennett currently right now in 4th place in front of Kay Morris and Bobby Dazzler right now. Kay Morris, like I said, Bobby Dazzler currently in the points lead. Take a look back through the field here. We see NRP new to the league, like we said, currently running 9th place, 39 seconds. He comes down. Looks like he had a pretty hard go at it front end. Looks like all the corners of that thing's busted up here. We got to go back up here to the action. Let's see, Bobby Dazzler, Kay Morris. Luke Bennett currently out front, pulled about a second out in front of Kay Morris. But we'll see if Kay Morris can get within striking distance of him here. We'll take a ride on here with Kay Morris. With Kay Morris. Right behind Luke Bennett, you see these guys have to get up tight against that wall on the inside so they don't hit the wall on the outside as they come out of turn 11. You see them getting up through the gears here. So we come down and look at the speedometer. Look at these guys getting up through the gears. That's fourth gear, fifth, and then going into fifth gear at almost 130 mile an hour. So these guys are really getting good speed out of these cars. And normally up against the wall real tight. You got to get hard on the brakes and try to get a good entry into this corner so you don't smack the wall there. And then down into this carousel here. This can be really tricky as we ride along here with Kay Morris, currently our points leader, currently 5th place on the track, 15 seconds behind the lead. Well, let's go back to Bobby Dazzler, right behind him though. Bobby Dazzler, seems like these guys find each other on the track every week and they always give us great racing. It looks like we have somebody that went off there. We're not sure who that is. It might be a back marker. But Bobby Dazzler, yeah, looks like he let him get by. But Bobby Dazzler currently behind Kay Morris here as they come through turn 7. Looks like Kay Morris spins around. Oh, Kay Morris looks like what happens. Kay Morris gets spun around here out of turn 7 and 8. Be careful if you're coming out through here. Riding on board, Ayatel gets by. Let's go back trackside here and see if we can keep up with all this action, ladies and gentlemen. Trackside, as we got Ayatel slamming the wall. Kay Morris gathering it back together. Coming back, Kay Morris is trying to get back on a mission here. Meanwhile, Amber Q 2 seconds out front of JR. JR lock and load right now. Fury, there's a blue flag. If the leaders are coming, Fury, please let the leaders by. Yeah, I'm not sure where Fury's at, but okay, it looks like Fury's, yeah. Okay, Fury's, let the leaders by. Let's go Tuggy Bear. Tuggy Bear having a hard go at it, currently at 11th place back here, racing with Lecky. Even for 11th and 12th place, ladies and gentlemen, we're still racing hard back here. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this session here. Said the tires are wearing out, the fuels are wearing out, the patience is wearing out. Everything's winding down here into this first session here at Long Beach. As we can see, the sun is finally set in the background. We got the deep purples and the dark blues on the coastline. We got all the lights up, all the city lights are lit, all the skyscrapers are lit. And Kay Morris, looks like we got a battle here for 7th place. Ayatel and Luke Bennett and Bobby Dazzler. What's going on here? Looks like we got a report. Looks like Luke Bennett currently in 4th. Bobby Dazzler in 5th right now. Or Bobby Dazzler, yeah, Bobby Dazzler 5th. Luke Bennett's, I'm sorry, Gray Warrior and Luke Bennett. Bobby Dazzler currently in 5th, 3 seconds behind these guys. Looks like Luke Bennett's going to make a move to the outside as they come down here to turn 10, or turn 9. It looks like Gray Warrior got great entry there. Comes out through turn 10. Holds his line to the inside. This is an important braking zone here and important to get this in. Looks like he goes a little wide. Might outget on the wall. Gets a little loose coming out of there. Luke Bennett tries to miss him. Gets around him there. Has to fall in behind him as these guys come down. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. They might have maybe 2 laps left in this session. They know the time is winding down. We're going to keep an eye on this battle right here. This is a battle for 3rd place, ladies and gentlemen. Gray Warrior has it. Luke Bennett wants it. Luke Bennett's back in the league. He missed the last 2 weeks due to equipment failure. Got a new wheel, a T300. Says he's happy with it. Looks like he's happy with it tonight on track as he's all over the back of Gray Warriors. These guys come out through the carousel. You're coming down through turn 4. Guys have to get in. They got a car to the inside of turn 4. Looks like they both get around, and both of these guys way outside to the wall trying to use up everything they can. There's not much grip left on these tires from what we're getting reports of the track. Looks like Luke Bennett's going to try to make a move to the outside. Can he make it stick? No, he cannot. He's using up everything he can. Knows the outside is a fast line, but can he try to make it move and try to make it work and get around Gray Warrior? Doesn't look like it as these guys come down through turn 8, down through East Seaside Way. It looks like Luke Bennett goes around. Does Luke Bennett go around? I can't see. The camera angle is horrible here. Got a whole bunch of something going on here. I can't tell. Anyway, Gray Warrior gets through. He goes to 4th. Bobby Dazzler up to 3rd. Not sure what happened there. I apologize for the camera angle. There was nothing I could do about that. Okay, we're getting Bobby Dazzler spun. Gray Warrior currently in 4th. Luke Bennett back to 5th. So it looks like this might be the way it winds out here. We'll see what happens. We have 59 seconds left in this session here. So less than a minute to go. We got the leader across the line. The leader right now is coming through turns 4 and 5. We're coming out of turn 5 right now. Amber Q currently 2 seconds out in front of JR. So I think this may be the last lap. We'll see as they come down through the line. Not sure if he's going to make it there in 40 seconds, but project cars can be goofy sometimes. So great run for Amber Q, man. First feature race. This is a showcase race. This is his spotlight, his time to shine, and man, he showed up and he said, look guys, I am here to make a statement. Great job tonight from the South African, currently living in Ireland right now, just having the time of his life. Says he's not fast, says he likes to be clean, likes to be clean racers, and we'll watch him come here through turn 9, out through turn 10, and finally out through turn 11. Great job. Looks like he got his wish tonight. Fast in the feature, fast in the sprint race, fast in the sprint race. As he comes out of turn 11, I believe for the final time, as he comes down to see the camera angle, as he comes towards us here, and we'll take a look at it and see. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Amerque and JR coming in as second. Solid run for JR. Missed for a couple weeks. Bobby Dazzler looks like he's coming out third. And then we got Luke Bennett currently clawed his way back up to fourth. Looks like he got around Grey Warrior. We're not sure what happened in Grey Warrior there. If we take a look back here, looks like Grey Warrior, Ayatel, Lions Foot, all these guys, all within striking distance of each other. If somebody makes a mistake here, we'll keep an eye on this here. Grey Warrior, K Morse, Lions Foot coming through. Luke Bennett currently coming across fourth. Grey Warrior fifth. K Morse sixth. Lions Foot seventh. Got Ayatel. Look at this battle here. 8th, 9th, 10th. All these guys nose to tail as we got these guys coming through here. So that is our sprint race, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. We give us 3 or 4 minutes. Let these guys stretch their legs. I know they're frustrated. There's a lot of movement, a lot of turning in here. So give us a few minutes. We'll be back. 3, 4, 5 minute stops. Gonna let these guys stretch out. If you need to go stretch out, get a drink, whatever you're drinking, get something to eat. Thank you for tuning in. Hold on, JR. I got to take some. Guys are coming down in formation, and the engines are winding up, and it sounds like they are gone. Fury out front, Tuggy Bear beside him as these guys line up and come down across the start-finish line. They thunder down this front stretch all the way down to turn 1. Looks like Fury gets a good jump out start, but he's got a pack of angry guys coming up behind him. Luke Bennett already up to 9th place. K Morris up to 4th place. These guys coming down through the corner. Oh, we got some contact in the wall there. It looks like he loses his traction, gets into the wall. Ayatel, meanwhile, takes over the lead. Ayatel back out front. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Ayatel, meanwhile, K Morris, a little bit of contact. These guys make contact and they spin. Oh, it looks like K Morris gets righted back out. What a great fortunate incident for him. Misfortunate, but fortunate at the same time. That could have been really bad with all them guys behind him. These guys have to settle down a little bit, let these tires warm up. K Morris flashing the lights at him, telling him, hey man, I'm back here. Just reminding you, Ayatel comes through here first. Ayatel all by him with K Morris behind him. Grey Warrior back up to 3rd place. Lions Foot currently in 4th place, and Luke Bennett right beside him in 5th place. Luke Bennett coming through the field in a hurry. He knows he's got to get out front and try to set the pace here. Keep on trackside here with NRP, Luke Bennett, Lions Foot. All 3 of these guys nose to tail as these guys are hammering down. Coming up through the gears, going to have to go hard on the brake. It looks like Luke makes a move to the inside. Can he make it stick? Down to the curb, all the way to the outside. Easily makes it look like amateur hour coming through turn 9, out through turn 10. Just puts the distance on between them 3 guys behind him. But Bobby Dazzler sneaking into the picture back there. Bobby Dazzler comes in right behind Lions Foot, right where these guys left off in the late stages of the first race here. Bobby Dazzler, Lions Foot, back nose to tail once again as these guys cross the start-finish line for lap 3 out of 28. Mandatory pit stop in this one, ladies and gentlemen. We didn't have a mandatory pit stop in the first one, so we're going to see. I know there was a lot of complaints about tires the first time, so these guys may have to do some tire changes, may have to do some fuel strategies, maybe put some weight in their cars to get some weight on these tires to keep the grip here. We don't know. We keep an eye on Bobby Dazzler right here, 7th place behind Lions Foot. Currently, all this is going on behind Grey Warrior right now in 3rd place, being chased by Luke Bennett. Top 4 or 5 in that frame right there. Look at all these guys coming down here. What a thing of beauty for these Ginettas here at Long Beach in California, the Long Beach circuit. In between these walls, these cars have a tendency to heat up, so these guys have to run the grill tape probably as open as they can possibly get it to keep as much air, especially running nose to tail like this and all this dirty air. As we see, I don't know who that was. Somebody smacked the wall there. It looks like Luke Bennett gets by... Not sure who that was there. Grey Warrior, looks like Grey Warrior hit the wall there. Luke Bennett goes out around him. Tries to make a move to the inside of Luke Bennett, but don't know if he can make it stick. Nope, Luke Bennett's really good through that section, but here comes Grey Warrior. Looks really good. He was really good in the first race here. See if we can make it continue here in the second one as these guys come out. And it looks like he tags the wall again. Now coming off of that section right there is really hard. You see these guys coming across the line. AFL, K Morris Luke Bennett going by, Gray Warrior, NRP, Lion's Foot, all these guys within a couple seconds of each other, but all within visibility of each other. So they all have a mark to look for. They're not out here racing by themselves. All these guys have everybody in sight, trying to figure out the racing lines. Oh, we got a big crash in turn one. Looks like Ayatel, I'm not sure who hit the wall there. We'll see, go back here. Luke Bennett hit the wall. Luke Bennett went around there. Was trying to keep an eye on all the actions these guys. Luke Bennett tries to regroup, coming back to 7th place here. We know we got a long way to go here. It's only lap 4 out of 28 here. Luke Bennett currently back to 7th. Got to regroup there, get his pace set here. Is K Morris up to 2nd place. Only a half second behind Ayatel. Ayatel, big surprise here, out front by himself. Ayatel's been really good here. He's really good here, not only in the league, but also out of the league. Raced with him a lot on track, and he's really good at this track. Learned a lot from him. He's a very smart driver, very patient driver when it comes to this track. So he's currently leading right now out front. K Morris behind him right now. K Morris first in the points, I'm sorry. So Bobby Dazzler currently right now sixth place in this epic battle going on here. Look at this, the snake of cars as they come out through turn 10. All these guys taking the same line. Really no room to pass on here. You got about two or three opportunities to pass on this track, and you can see everybody's pretty much evenly matched in these Ginettas. You might have a little bit of tire pressures and downforce differences, but speed-wise, these things are pretty much generally matched. As all these guys, you can see all these guys coming up here. You got Gray Warrior, NRP, Lion's Foot, Bobby Dazzler, Luke Bennett, all these guys in a big line as they hard on the brakes as they come down through turn 1. Looks like that wall's been cruel to a few guys, Luke Bennett being one of them. Looks like he gets through there that time fine. As Gray Warrior comes through the roundabout there as he comes down through turn 4. With this whole parade of cars behind him. We got back here to Luke Bennett side by side. Luke Bennett side by side with NRP up on the curb. Goes two-wheel in there, Luke Bennett does. He gets loose as he comes out of the corner. Gets up against the wall a little bit. No contact, but making the most out of the track. Luke Bennett knows what he does. He's currently tried out for the Ginetta Juniors over in the UK. Had a really good run. Said he's excited about it. Excited to go back next year. Looking forward to maybe get some practice time in if he can over the summer. Don't know if that's going to happen or not. Maybe fortune might go his way, but pro esports driver Luke Bennett is good to have him back in the league. Knows what he's doing, knows the way around the racetrack, but enough about him. All these guys here, Bobby Dazzler, man, Bobby Dazzler in the mixer in 5th place. All these guys are just nose to tail as these guys are coming through. It looks like the track might have settled down a little bit. Bobby Dazzler goes sideways, sideways out of turn 10. He looks like he collects Luke Bennett. Luke Bennett looks like he gets through the contact made there, but Luke Bennett gathers it up as he looks like Luke Bennett might have spun again there. Can't tell. Looks like somebody spun there, but Luke Bennett looks like, yeah, he's coming across the start-finish line now. Got Lion's Foot right now being chased down by Ayatel. Ayatel, what happened to him? He was in the lead there. Looks like we're getting reports from the track that Ayatel spun it. So he's trying to make up rumors. He's all over the back of Lion's Foot. Lion's Foot coming through this roundabout section here in that number 84 yellow and black Ginetta GT4s. These guys look really good. The graphics on the game are amazing. The lighting in the game is amazing. These cars look absolutely amazing at night. Oh, Lion's Foot, Ayatel gets a little sideways again. Might have to make an adjustment on the pit road there or something. Looks like he got a little loose as sun went down. 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Gray Warrior looks okay if it's spin here. P1 spun, but looks like he got it going again. We heard from the track that P1 spun, but if he did, boy, he got it going again. He must have been out front for a while. Lion's Foot currently 2nd right now. See all these guys coming into the picture now. Gray Warrior out front, Lion's Foot, Ayatel, K Morrison, Luke Bennett, all of them guys, all 5 of these guys in the picture right here as they come down this stretch. Got to get hard on the brakes in the braking zone right there. Down through the inside, and man, Ayatel gets a great run through there, all over the back of Lion's Foot as these guys come to turn 10. These guys almost have identical car schemes. Well, not identical. From the back, they look identical, I guess, but man, these guys are right up next to each other, and you can see all these guys coming down. Gray Warrior, the leader, and it looks like we got K Morris into the pits right now. He's going to give up 2nd place. K Morris is, or 3rd place, I'm sorry, Lion's Foot right now. Currently being chased by Ayatel. And Gray Warrior out in front all by himself. About 1.5 seconds out as they come down through this hairpin. It looks like Ayatel took their go to the inside. Ayatel tries to make the move. Locks the tires up. He's trying to get every advantage he can to try to get around Lion's Foot. But Lion's Foot is holding a great line as he's coming through here. He's a very patient driver, very fast last week. Last week at Watkins Glen, Lionsfoot won the sprint race, came in second in the feature race. Went on Saturday, had a great finish in the LMP1, so he knows his way around these racetracks. He knows his way around his cars. He's a very talented driver in the Rubbings Racing League here, and it looks like he's giving Aotel a run for the money as Aotel gets loose again coming out of there, all kind of sideways, trying to see if he can shake Lionsfoot off of his line as these guys come down the backstretch, and he gets a good run there. As they come off of the corner, you've seen them. They're side by side. They're going to come down to the braking zone and see who's going to give and who's going to take. Maybe they can both try to make it go. This is a tricky section down through here. Nope, Aotel thinks better of it. Goes to the inside. It looks like, oh, can he hold on to it? Gets sideways into the wall. Gets it spun. Fortunately, tries to get it going, but be careful coming out of turn 9 there, ladies or gentlemen. There's a car spun. Car spun. Lionsfoot anyway up to second place. Luke Bennett to third place now, and Harrod's third place, 4 seconds behind the leader. Gray Warrior out front, 3.8 seconds out in front of the rest of the field right now. Looks like he's on cruise control. Go back here through the field. Looks like you got NRPs. Looks like he's stuck on the wall there. Not sure what happened there. Yeah, not sure what happened there. He got stuck on the wall. It's kind of a hilarious moment there. Make the highlight field. Anyway, DJ Phil, late entry, got him back in the race here. I don't know if I called him out in the race or not, but anyway, ninth place coming in. I think this is his first race in the GT4 series. Good to have him on board, doing a great job tonight, currently running ninth place. 38 seconds behind the leader. Pit strategies are starting to come into play. We know Kay Morris did pit. Trying to keep an eye on these pit battle here as long as the battle on track as we take a look at Luke Bennett harassing Lionsfoot again. Luke Bennett in the mix. I know he had a lot of trouble in the first one. Looks like his car is beat up again in the second one as he takes that inside line like a laser right around Lionsfoot. Lionsfoot has to be shaking his head thinking, how did he make that move? Luke Bennett up to second place. Now his next victim is Gray Warrior. Gray Warrior 3.4 seconds out in front of Luke Bennett. Currently leading the race right now. Luke Bennett in second. Lionsfoot in third. Bobby Dazzler up to fourth place. We see Kay Morris now drop back to eighth place. So there's a shake-up in the points here. We got a 4-point position. We see Luke Bennett gets loose again coming out of turn 11. Able to save it off the throttle, back onto it, but it looks like he loses 2 position. As a Gray Warrior hits the pit, gives up the lead to Lionsfoot. Lionsfoot currently now in the lead. Luke Bennett right behind him. Bobby Dazzler now, and Luke Bennett now. First, second, and third as these guys are coming down hard up against the wall. Here they come. They're going to get on the brakes as you see these Ginetta's dive down. The suspension's working up on the curbs, out against the wall. These guys come down through this loop, this half loop or roundabout or whatever you want to call it. As you see the action here, Luke Bennett all over the back of Bobby Dazzler. Bobby Dazzler notices a huge point situation for him, trying to keep his position, knowing that Kay Morris already pitted. He's got to be thinking about his pit strategy right now, thinking where's he at on the track. Currently right now, Bobby Dazzler's, Kay Morris is currently 28 seconds behind Bobby Dazzler. We're not sure what, this is a long pit road, so we're thinking probably 25 to 35 seconds difference in between these guys. Not sure on the math, I'm just giving it a ballpark there, but so, I mean, these guys may be nose to tail once again here once these pit strategies roll out. Like I said, Lionsfoot, Bobby Dazzler, and Luke Bennett looks like he's making a move up the inside of Bobby Dazzler. Is he going to be able to make it stick? This is a favorite spot for guys to pass here. It's one of those opportunities. And Luke Bennett's been a master at it today as he goes around guys left and right. Gets by Bobby Dazzler once again as they come out of turn 10. Down through turn 11, hard on the brakes. He's got to go wide, try to make it on the inside. There's a little bit of contact there. Looks like there's a racing incident. Everybody's just trying to get on the brakes. It's like Bobby Dazzler's waiting for Luke Bennett to get by. Maybe it was his fault, apologizing to him. Cost Luke Bennett about 3 or 4 seconds now. Luke Bennett currently 5.9 seconds behind the leader, 6 seconds. So Luke Bennett, misfortunate again. We're going to have to take a look at that later on, ladies and gentlemen. Second place right now. Lionsfoot currently out foot. Bobby Dazzler into the pits. So we'll keep an eye on Kay Morris here for this points battles. You got Kay Morris right now coming out of turn 11, so it looks like he's going to go ahead and take the advantage off of Bobby Dazzler as these guys are now coming down across the start-finish line. We got Tuggy Bear, Kay Morris, and Gray Warrior. These guys side by side. Look here. We got, that's Tuggy Bear, Kay Morris, Bobby Dazzler. Where am I at, ladies and gentlemen? I'm losing my mind. NRP, third. Okay, Bobby Dazzler now out of the pit. So we were at Kay Morris here. There we go. Kay Morris. We got Kay Morris and Gray Warrior side by side as these guys come down through the roundabout again. Oh, it puts the bumper to him. Gray Warrior said, come on, man, hurry up, Kay Morris. You might be leading the points, but I want to lead this race. Let's go. Puts the bumper to him. Gives him a little shove. just a friendly competition, racing, shoving. Oh, they both go out. K Morris scrapes the wall, sparks fly a little bit. Looks like Grey Warrior almost hits the tires there. He has to get off the brakes. These guys way up against the wall, right up tight against him. Grey Warrior and K Morris, these guys are racing hard here. Lap 10 out of 28, ladies and gentlemen. 18 laps to go. 18 laps to go. Track temperature is currently dropping 71 degrees. 70 degrees it just dropped as I was looking at it. 70 degrees Fahrenheit. 61 degrees is the ambient temperature outside. So right now you see the Tuggy Bear, K Morris, and Grey Warrior all in this picture. He's got K Morris to the inside, all the way out to that wall. These guys look really good. Grey Warrior has been amazing through this section. His car, it looks like it's flawless through this section. He makes up a lot of time. Gets right behind him, puts the bumper to him again there, and lets him know, hey man, not going away. K Morris 5th place right now. Bobby Dazzler out of the pits in 7th, but Bobby Dazzler currently sitting about 11 seconds behind K Morris. So I don't know if that's where they're going to sit right now. A lot of things can happen. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, looks like there's 17 laps left here. So these guys coming down through this first section, down through turn 1. So take a look here. Keep an eye on these guys here. Take a look back up here at Luke Bennett and see if he's making any time up on Lion's Foot. I know he made got a little bit of contact there, got spun, was 5 seconds behind him, and climbed up 0.8 of a second behind Lion's Foot. And Lion's Foot, as these guys come down through this section here, let's get rid of this interface and just take a look at the racing and the beauty of the game here at Rubbins Racing. If you're just tuning in, or if you've been tuning in, this is our Friday night Ginetta GT4 G55 Super Cup Series Challenge here at Rubbings Racing. This has been a phenomenal series, phenomenal challenge. We've had a lot of steady guys here. You see these guys coming down across the start-finish line. Lion's Foot, Luke Bennett, this is for the lead, ladies and gentlemen. Lion's Foot has it. Luke Bennett wants it. Luke Bennett's trying to find the speed as they come down the front stretch as hard as they can. Flat out, foot on the floor, till they get to the braking zone here, and you can see them dive. You can see them all dive as Luke Bennett was trying to make that move to the inside. He's been doing it all day, but Lion's Foot think he knows a little better. He's been listening to the commentary. He's been watching him in his mirror, trying to study Luke Bennett's line from the mirror and drive out the windshield, trying to figure out what he's going to do. And Luke Bennett is all over the back of Lion's Foot as they come down here through turn 6, or turn 6, or turn 5, I'm sorry, down the back stretch here. Or down the long stretch as they come down here through turn 6 and 7. Hard on the brakes, you can see them as they come in as close as they can possibly get, because they need to get out as wide as they can. Both of these guys. Luke Bennett looks like he's going to try to make a move to the inside. Can he make it stick? He did it before. And here he goes one more time. Deja vu for Lion's Foot. Got to be shaking his head one more time thinking, Luke Bennett, how are you getting around me at that corner? It's a difficult spot to pass. Luke Bennett inherits the lead. Well, Luke Bennett, it looks like Lion's Foot looked like he's going to try to fight back here, but Luke Bennett's been really good through this section here. Looks like he's got a really good setup. Lion's Foot's just not going away as they come down through turn 10. They try to exit turn 10. Turn 10 through turn 11 is Luke Bennett out front now, Lion's Foot. So let's take a look back here through the action. We got Tuggy Bear and Grey Warrior, and let's see who we got there. K Morris. All three of these guys, man. These guys still battling. These Ginettas are just screaming. You can hear them echoing off of the walls here in Long Beach, California. We take a look at these guys here. We got we got a big crash right here in turn 9, coming out of turn 9. Man, looks like we got debris all over the place. Looks like Ayatel's coming into the picture. Oh no, I don't know who that was. Grey Warrior, I can't tell. So hard, this camera angle's weird. But man, that car is taking a lot of damage. Looks like Grey Warrior's taking a lot of damage. Big wipe out there as you see. Looks like Tuggy Bear just coming across the line now. Tuggy Bear up to 5th place. K Morris now up to 4th. Bobby Dazzler now up to 3rd. These guys, looks like they're running about 27, about 12 seconds apart, Bobby Dazzler and K Morris. So we're keeping an eye on that points battle. We're also keeping an eye on the battle on the track as we got riding along here with Tuggy Bear. Tuggy Bear currently sitting in 5th place right now, 33 seconds behind the leader, Luke Bennett. Luke Bennett 13th, right now Luke Bennett gets sideways. He comes out at turn 10, down through turn 11. Not sure if Luke Bennett pitted yet. Haven't heard anything from his camp. He's been out front pretty much the whole race. We're kind of thinking Luke Bennett into the pits right now. So Luke Bennett surrenders the lead. Surrenders the lead right now. Looks like Lion's Foot back to the lead again, but we don't think Lion's Foot is pitted yet. As Luke Bennett goes into the pit, we'll see if his pit crew's paid attention this week. Looks like he's going to go in and pretty lengthy pit stop. We'll get back to the action on track. looks like he's getting his tires changed, which may be beneficial. It may not be beneficial. We'll keep an eye on that there. As we got Kay Morris coming out of turn 11 right now. Luke Bennett in the pits. Kay Morris coming out of turn 11. We see NRP crossing the start-finish line right now. I believe that was NRP. No, yeah, NRP coming down through the roundabout right now, up to second place. NRP, new to the league, new to the GT4 series, doing a phenomenal job. Learning the ropes, just logging laps. We're glad to have you here. It's welcome to Rubbins Racing, and keep on doing what you're doing there, bud. Currently second place, 12 seconds behind Lionsfoot. Lionsfoot out in front by himself, leading the field. Hasn't pitted. Kay Morris 25 seconds behind him, so Lionsfoot takes his pit. We know Kay Morris has pitted, so it's going to be a pretty close battle once these guys come out on track. If Lionsfoot has a good pit, if he decides to take tires or fuel or anything like that, we'll keep an eye on that battle. Let's go back here to Gray Warrior. Gray Warrior currently looks like he's chasing Tuggy Bear right now. Tuggy Bear up to fourth place. And Gray Warrior, as they come out of turn 6 and 7. Oh no, we're getting reports from the track that the team has put wet, the Luke Bennett's pit crew has put wet tires on his Ginetta. I don't know what he's going to do here. He's been out of the series for 2 weeks. Maybe his pit crew must be rusty here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see what he can salvage out of this. But well, welcome back, Luke Bennett. Sorry for that misfortunate pit stop there. I've put a word out on social media if anybody needs a pit crew. Anybody looking for a driver. Anyway, back to Kay Morris, like we was talking about here earlier. Lionsfoot currently lap 15th. Kay Morris, we were 23 seconds behind him. So it looks like, with this pit stop here, it looks like Kay Morris may inherit the lead on this, depending on what happens. Tuggy Bear currently 29 seconds, and then Gray Warrior behind Tuggy Bear, about 1 second behind him as these guys come up through the carousel down here through turn 4. This like I said, this is tricky, especially this part right here. You got to get hard on the brakes, and they put that makeshift curb right there. Sometimes you can hit that, and it'll force you way out to the outside wall. It just ruined your race. You spin out, you get a lot of oversteer. The Gray Warrior without a hood, hits the wall again. Man, spanks the wall. Looks like might have lost a little aero. Lost a lot on the front of that car. Aero's probably one of them there. As you see, he had that accident coming out of turn 10, got loose, and he got bamboozled by the guy behind him. And I think Lionsfoot was the recipient of that. He got out between all of that, I think. Don't hold me to it. Anyway, Lionsfoot out front, NRP in second. Kay Morris currently running third. Tuggy Bear up to fourth. We're keeping an eye on this battle here. So Gray Warrior's closing in a little bit. And their Gray Warrior is really good through this section here, but it looks like he had a hard time coming out. Oh, we see Tuggy Bear spins and bites it. Hits the wall. See if he can get it going. I can't get a good angle, camera angle here. As we got, let's see. Let's go back here to Tuggy Bear. Gets it turned around. All right, down to 6th place there. Lost 2 positions on that. Bobby Dazzler goes by up to 4th place. Bobby Dazzler right now currently about 11 seconds behind Kay Morris. See if he can try to make anything happen. We're right along here with Bobby Dazzler. They're on the track side with Bobby Dazzler here. These guys coming around turn 1. See the Ferris wheel lit up in the background. They did a great job at the graphics of this game, and he's right up behind Gray Warrior, Bobby Dazzler. Looks like his car after midnight might have came alive here. Track temperature currently down to 63 degrees, ladies and gentlemen. It might start snowing here in a minute. Holy crap, 63 degrees. 58 degrees outside, so the track temperature is way, way cool. So these guys should be finding some sort of grip out here right now. They got to adjust their tire pressures as they come in or whatever. But Bobby Dazzler right now harassing Gray Warrior for 4th place. Bobby Dazzler in 5th on the track. 2nd in the points. Kay Morris 1st in the points. Keeping an eye on that battle. 40 points divides these two here, or separates these two here in the points. But we have a pretty close points battle all the way down through. So it's pretty tight. So it's really anybody's race at this point. I think this race might determine the top 3. But anyway, keeping an eye on Bobby Dazzler and Gray Warrior here. Bobby Dazzler behind Gray Warrior. Gray Warrior looks like he gets a little wide, almost gets into the wall. Bobby Dazzler gets a little loose. Looks like he gets a better exit off of that corner as these guys come down the front stretch, down to the start-finish line. Bobby Dazzler closing in all over the back of Gray Warrior here. These guys come around the loop. Street lights are illuminating the track here. Like I said, this is a normal street circuit. And whenever the big boys come to town, they put all the walls up, and so these Ginettas can come in here to see Bobby Dazzler get all the way up against the wall. Sparks flying into the crowd there. They can't be happy about that. Grey Warrior coming through there. Bobby Dazzler right behind him as these guys up close against the wall. Out through turn 4. Coming down through turn 5 here. Bobby Dazzler looks like he's trying to gain up a little bit of ground, but Grey Warrior's just a little bit, just as good. He's just not a little better at some of these exits here. We're trying to keep an eye on this. Got to try to figure something out here. Behind them anyway, Tuggy Bear, after he spun, it looks like he shook it out and got 6th place currently, 35 seconds behind the leader. Luke Bennett still struggling. Looks like he went back in to put hard tires on. Looks like the put his hard slicks. So he's got 50s. We're getting reports from the track that do you still have wets on, Luke? Oh, okay. Well, the readout here on the screen says you got hards on. Alrighty, so anyway, back to the action. We're trying to get this sorted out. Luke Bennett still on wets. Still on wets. We have DJ Phil into the pits. Looks like he's coming out of the pits. DJ Phil is coming out of the pits. Looks like he's going to have 2 guys here meeting him. Bobby Dazzler and Grey Warrior right behind him here as they come out beside him. He's got to be careful as he comes out of pit road. Good job here as DJ Phil gets out behind these guys. Currently in 10th place. He's a lap down behind these guys. And this is a great battle here. Grey Warrior and Bobby Dazzler are still going at it, man. Bobby Dazzler's just holding his line, paying attention, seeing what Grey Warrior does. Not sure. We know Bobby Dazzler pitted. We know the K Morris pitted. I don't know if Grey Warrior pitted or not. I'm losing track of the pit stops here. Oh, he has pitted. We had reports from the track that he has pitted. So this is probably going to shake out for the rest of the race if you guys can keep the rubber side down on these things here. Lap 18 out of 28, ladies and gentlemen. 10 to go. 10 to go as these final laps wind down. And Bobby Dazzler makes a move to the outside. Can he make it stick? This is great side by side. A little bit of contact. Sparks fly off of the wall. These guys gather it together. It looks like Grey Warrior looks like he gets the benefit of that. Takes out to the lead there. It looks like he comes down to the inside. Bobby Dazzler in behind Grey Warrior. We're going to keep an eye on this battle. Doesn't look like there's much else going on track. Luke Bennett currently 7th place, 50 seconds. Doesn't look like he's making up much time on the lead right now. Currently about 36 seconds. Well, there's 50, 40. I don't know how many seconds there is. 26 seconds in between Tuggy and Luke. So his next victim is Tuggy Bear. Tuggy Bear did spin out one time. Might have got it back together. We're not sure. I think all the pit strategies may be pretty close to being done as we keep an eye on this battle here as Grey Warrior and Bobby Dazzler. We get reports that there's a few guys who haven't been in. Lion's Foot has not been in on lap 19, currently 5 seconds out in front of NRP. If I believe correctly, I don't think NRP has been in the pits yet either. So these two out front, K Morse we know has been in the pit. So he's the first car behind these guys who has been in the pit. So he is definitely going to receive the beneficiary of these two pitting. This is a very, very long, boring, frustrating pit road as a driver, especially when you're limited to 37 miles an hour, when you can hear cars screaming by you. You're chomping at the bit, biting at the steering wheel, trying to kick the throttle through the floor. It's very frustrating, but Lionsfoot's trying to get as much advantage as he can out in front of K Morris. We got NRP, looks like behind him. Looks like he might have smacked the wall there, lost a lot of time, about the 5 seconds out behind him here. A lot of damage on that orange and blue and silver Ginetta there. He's got a bumper hanging. There ain't no headlights left on it, but we have enough lights here on the track that's not an issue here, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, back to K Morris. K Morris currently coming down the front stretch here. Looks like he's getting ready to come down to turn 1 as Grey Warrior and Bobby Dazzler. Okay, we can hear the cars, can't see him. Oh, there they are. Okay, Grey Warrior still out in front. Bobby Dazzler still harassing them. These guys can't get away from each other. Meanwhile, Tuggy Bear in 6th place and Luke Bennett back to 7th. Looks like he made up about a half a second on those wet tires. But it's an unfortunate mistake by his pit crew that he put the wet tires on. It is what it is, I guess. That's what they say, right? Anyway, Ayatel coming in at 8th. Had a great start to the race. Struggling a loose race car. Battling a loose race car here. Ayatel is. And here you got Lecky in behind him. Lecky's been quiet all day. Late entry into the race. Didn't see him practice. We said earlier in the sprint race here that he does a lot behind the scenes for Rubbings Racing, and Sometimes he's on track, sometimes he's not. He doesn't have a lot of time to dedicate to on track as much as he'd like to, trying to keep the wheels turning behind the league. So we want to get a huge thanks to Lecky for all he does here in the league, all his dedication and support and his communication and trying to make this the best league possibly in the world. You know, that's our goal. So if you guys are interested in joining Rubbings Racing, please check out our Discord, check out our Twitter, check out our Facebook, check out our Instagram at Rubbings Racing. Drop us a like. Go to our website, www.rubbingsracing.co.uk. You hit the start button, register as a driver. It'll take you to our Discord link. Sign up for the Discord. Check what we're about. We're clean. We're family oriented. We're clean. Competition based. This is a great league to be a part of. But anyway, riding trackside there with Lecky as we look back here. Lions Foot currently 21 out of 28 laps. Laps are winding down, ladies and gentlemen. Lions Foot right now out front by 4 seconds over NRP, but K Morse is closing in on these guys. 9 seconds. Don't know if he changed his tires or not in the pit stall. We didn't really pay attention to the pits. There was too much action going on track. So if he did change his tires or his pressures, we're not sure, but he made something up because he is really gaining on these guys. Out down to 9 seconds behind these guys here, the leaders. Lions Foot and NRP have not pitted yet. We see Lions Foot coming now finally out of turn 11. And he's got to get out against the wall here as he comes down. Powers up through the gears. Looks like he's going to pass pit road one more time as he comes down here. Lap 22 as he crosses the start-finish line. Lions Foot out front. NRP, a new addition to our league, new addition to the Ginetta GT4 Challenge Series. Currently in second. K Morris is in third. Bobby Dazzler now up to fourth place. And we said it over and over again, ladies and gentlemen. Even though these guys aren't nose to tail, they are still neck and neck. Third and fourth place. They know where they have to be on track. They know where they got to be to compete at this level. Bobby Dazzler currently to fourth. Gray Warrior in fifth right now. Looks like we missed that battle. Gray Warrior might have spun it out there. He's been loose coming out of turn 11 quite a few times. So looks like he surrendered a position to Bobby Dazzler, settling in at fifth place right now. Gray Warrior is. Tuggy Bear currently coming in at sixth. Is not sure where he's at. Looks like Tuggy Bear is coming into the pits right now. Yeah, Tuggy Bear into the pits right now. So some of these guys are going to have to start thinking about late pit stops. As we take a look at Lions Foot right now as he's coming down the backstretch here, down through turn 9 and 10 as he comes down. This is, like I said before, tricky. We got debris right there in turn 10. There's somebody's spoiler sitting there. That's a good part. If anybody wants to stop and pick it up there, go ahead. These guys come down around turn, Lions Foot comes down through turn 11 one more time. Going to keep on powering through the grill, and Lions Foot surrenders the lead into the pit. Looks like NRP. Is NRP going to come in behind him? Nope. Looks like NRP is going to stay out on the track. NRP is going to inherit the lead, and Lions Foot into the pit here. Going to see what Lions Foot's strategy is, see where he's going to come out. But K Morris obviously is going to go by him. K Morris by him. Bobby Dazzler is probably going to be able to get by him here as well. So we're going to see what kind of... we're getting reports from the track that Lions Foot saying that the pit stop is never ending. That's what I was saying. This is a very long, frustrating pit stop. Sometimes you think you miss it. But he's going in there. He's making his pit stop right now. His NRP is in the lead. K Morris currently only 3 seconds behind him. So 2-second pit stop for Lions Foot. Keeps his position in fourth. We go back here to K Morris. Looks like we got a spin. We got a spin here coming out of turn 4. Gets it going here as we ride along with K Morris. K Morris coming down here. Looks like he's coming down through turns 7 and 8. So he gets up against the wall again. The track temperatures, looks like tires may be going away here. As he comes down through, this is turn 8, I'm sorry, down through turn 8. Currently 5 seconds behind NRP. NRP right now coming down through turn 9 and 10 as he comes down up against the wall. He's got to come back out across, shift away to the car, and try not to spin it out as they make this long left-hander, and then hard on the brakes as they make the right-hander. All kind of movement and suspension. An easy way to lose the car as NRP decides to stay out for lap 23 as he comes down to the line. Leaders coming by, lap traffic here, stay to the inside please. Leaders coming by, NRP to the outside. He decides to stay out. Lap 24 out of 28. 4 laps to go. Can NRP do anything magical? Can he maybe a miracle behind him? Something could happen that he can maybe try to get away with a victory here. We don't know. We don't think it's going to happen, but You never know, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye on him. Give him the time that's deserved to him. Out front, battled his way all the way from towards the back of the field, I believe. Got out front, avoided a lot of accidents. Out front all by himself. K. Morris here, currently coming in behind him, though. 4 seconds behind him. And Bobby Dazzler, not too well. Bobby Dazzler is way far behind him, but in third place, K. Morris and Bobby Dazzler is currently second and third place. First and second in the points, second and third on the track right now. As we got K. Morris, another fantastic showing today. Again, showing that he wants this championship more than anybody else. He must have put in the time. He must have put in the practice. He's really, really, really strong here today. 4.9 seconds off the lead. We know that NRP has not pitted yet as he comes down through turns 9 and 10 for one of the last 4 more times. They only got to do this. Like 24 out of 28, ladies and gentlemen. Comes down through turn 11. NRP all by himself. 3 seconds out in front of K. Morris. You can hear K. Morris in the background here. And NRP elects to stay out. And K. Morris right behind him. You can see him come into the frame finally. As NRP goes by the start-finish line. K. Morris 4 seconds behind him. Let's take a look back through the field here and see what's happening on track. We got Lecky and Ayatel currently riding along. Lecky coming out of turn 11. And these guys are all still within sight of each other, so they're not out in no man's land. Everybody still has a chance to at least be racing with somebody. A lot of guys, some guys are laps down. I don't know what the timing is here. I don't have it on my display here, but some guys are a lap down. But still, that's the caliber of guys we have in this room. You know, even though you're racing for 12th place, you're still racing hard. You're still racing clean. You're still having fun, and that's what Rubbins Racing is about. Rubbins Racing is about having fun, about being respectful. It's about helping each other's out, and you know, this could be the only time that some kids get to get on and communicate with people. So this is what we're about, man. Let's see, I'm not sure what's going on here. Ayatel, looks like Ayatel and Tuggy Bear. This is currently for 7th place. Tuggy Bear is in 7th place right now. Ayatel behind him. Ayatel's car is shredded. Looks like he's been through the ringer here. Not much parts left. We can see why. Sparks fly off the wall again as he tags the wall. Got a quarter fender hanging off on the back, but he still has, well, it's Tuggy Bear. I'm sorry, yeah, Tuggy Bear. Tuggy Bear currently coming down through turn 9 as he got Ayatel in behind him. Hits the wall again. Ayatel, man, just struggling with a loose race car. NRP into the pits. So we got NRP into the pits. K. Morris inherits the lead. We're going to see how this shakes out. Looks like he's going to have a 14-second lead over Bobby Dazzler with 2 laps left. A song and a prayer is what Bobby Dazzler needs to be able to catch K. Morris and maybe try to upset this points battle here. But right now it looks like K. Morris is in command as he comes down through turn 1 for one of the last 2 times as he comes down through the carousel. Looking really good, really solid as that Ginetta. Both headlights still on. No damage on this car at all. Looks like it just came off the showroom floor. K. Morris once again flexing his Ginetta muscles as he comes out of turn 5. And let's... All right, we got some action back here. Let's see what we got going developing here. This could be a battle all the way to the end. We'll keep an eye on K. Morris out front. We'll keep an eye on those timings. Bobby Dazzler currently in second, but right now, Tuggy Bear gets loose. It looks like Ayatel is able to get side by side with him. And behind this, Lecky's right behind all of this. Lecky with a headlight out. It looks like Tuggy with a headlight out. Looks like Ayatel doesn't even have a hood. Barely has anything left on his car. As he gets loose again, sideways. He spins around. Can he get it? Oh, Ayatel spins it around, gets it going again. Bobby Dazzler coming into the picture. Bobby Dazzler to the outside. Let's take a look here at Tuggy Bear and Lecky now. Lecky into the picture behind Tuggy Bear. This is for 7th place. Lecky to the inside. Lecky to the inside. Hard on the brakes. Here they come. They're going to have to try to make this stick here. And Lecky way to the inside of the curb. Don't know if he's going to get a slowdown for that or not. Looked like he had his wheels all the way over the curb, trying to avoid Tuggy Bear. Tuggy Bear takes the position. These guys are going to have to get harder on Tuggy Bear. Oh, almost all the way out to the wall. Lecky gets a good inside line, but can't manage to get on the outside because Tuggy Bear was up against the wall. Bobby Dazzler coming into the picture in the background there. We can see we're going to keep an eye on this battle here. As we go to the 4th place here, we got Lions Foot. Lions Foot and NRP. NRP out of the pits behind Lions Foot. We didn't count on this, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't count on this pit battle. NRP out of the pits now behind Lions Foot. We know Lions Foot surrendered the pits. First place into the pits, and these guys were running nose to tail and didn't think about it. NRP must have had a great pit, so this is a battle for 4th right now. Lap 27 of 28. One more time as they cross the finish line. One more time as they cross the finish line. Lions Foot out front. We got NRP right behind him, and behind these guys we got Tuggy Bear and Lecky. We're going to go back to this battle here as these guys come down through turn 1. I think they can manage this here. Tuggy Bear and Lecky, looks like Lecky to the inside. Must have got a slowdown. That lets Lecky get, or that lets Luke get by. Oh no, let's see here. Yeah, there's too many cars. There's cars everywhere here. We're right along with Tuggy Bear here. Tuggy Bear eats it onto the tires. Oh, and A-Tail right behind him. Oh man, this track is going away. Oh man, I swear these are professional drivers, ladies and gentlemen. NRP, meanwhile. NRP up to 5th place, chasing Linefoot down 1 second behind. K Morris currently coming across the line. Looks like for the last time, K Morris all by himself out front. 16 seconds out in front of Bobby Dazzler. We're going to keep an eye on this battle here for 5th and 4th place. 4th place, Linesfoot have it. NRP, new to the league, wants it. He's going to try to make a move. Shows him the nose as they come down through turn 9 here. Linesfoot on the brakes. NRP tries to take the wide approach, see if he can make it stick. Tries a crossover move. No, Linesfoot holds his line. NRP in behind him as these guys come down to turn 11. Hard on the brakes. Here they come. Both of these guys, everybody's been loose out of here. They both, looks like NRP had to get on the brakes a little bit because Linesfoot had to slip it up just a little bit here. But both of these guys coming across the line for the final time. One more time around the Long Beach circuit. 28 laps about to be completed. Linesfoot in 4th, NRP in 1st. We go back to the leader. K Morris currently in 1st. Bobby Dazzler in 2nd. Gray Warrior in 3rd. Linesfoot and NRP. This epic battle here as they come down through turn 1. NRP gets a heck of a run out through the corners. These guys come down through the roundabout. Linesfoot out front. NRP hungry for a top 3. Or a top 4. He's in the top 5 position, right? Or top 3 position, I'm sorry. No, top 4. Linesfoot's in 4th. NRP's in 5th. He tries to move on the outside. Linesfoot protects the move on the inside here. He's going to try to see if they can go. Linesfoot looks like he's going to let it open here. NRP's going to try to make something happen on the outside. It looks like he tries to cross over, and NRP loses it and spins. Linesfoot can breathe easy now as Brian Linesfoot securely takes 4th. And man, NRP was just driving it hard. Just got a little loose. Unlucky for him, but what a great showing for NRP tonight. So we go back. K Morris coming across the line first for the second week in a row. I think he won last week, yeah. So K Morris flexing his Ginetta muscles. Bobby Javner coming across there. Great Warrior and A-Tail coming across there. Great Linesfoot, I'm sorry. NRP had a great run now coming down through turn 11. Lost the hood on that silver Ginetta, blue and silver and orange Ginetta. Thank you for showing up tonight, NRP. You are more than welcome to race in this league at any time. Great race. Luke Bennett still suffering on wet tires. Luke Bennett was excited about this race tonight. A little disgusted with his pit crew. Luke Bennett now coming down on his wet tires. Heard a little violin playing in the background there. A-Tail coming in 8th, Tuggy Bear coming in 9th, and DJ Phil rounding out the top 10. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our race. Thank you for tuning in to another exciting episode of Rubbings Racing Friday Night Ginetta GT4 Super Cup Challenge. Tune in next week as we come back to the UK, back to the homeland. There may be some weather involved next week. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So, once again, thank you for tuning in. God bless. We love you. Thank you.